So we have covered the initial virology part. HIV is retrovirus. Why it is called a retrovirus? Anybody? Why HIV is called a retrovirus? So it's retrovirus though it is an RNA virus, two single-stranded RNA and positive cell, but there is an enzyme reverse transcriptase which converts the RNA into DNA in the host cell. So presence of reverse transcriptase enzyme along with the RNA, that's why it is called a retrovirus. So presence of reverse transcriptase enzyme. Now what is the immune response? Virus entry in our body leading to transient high viremia and P24 antigenemia. Humoral response, that is means the formation of antibody, IgM, IgE and IgG, three types of antibody usually forms against all the three common antigen, GAG, POL and N. That is the GAG P15, P24 is the most important, and GP120 and GP41. There are also regulatory protein and accessory proteins. Now what is window period? For diagnosis of HIV, you have to remember, একটু আস্তে নিজেদের মধ্যে কতটা পড়ে বল, window period is 3 to 12 weeks. So after infection, it can take up to 3 months, that 12 weeks to develop the antibody. What we usually check in the laboratory diagnosis is antibody. So this window period we can miss the presence of antibody. So antibodies to GAG protein P24 and P55. As infection progresses to AIDS, antibody usually declines and P24 level rises. However, antibodies to N protein means envelope, GP120, GP41 persist for life. Only IgG response is consistent and long lasting. Most currently available assays detect IgG antibody. Now laboratory diagnosis. This part is very important for your exam, whether it is a theory or practical or viva. So laboratory diagnosis of HIV, 3C. All other tests, whether you take consent or not. All HIV testing should be prior consent to be taken. Without consent of any patient, you cannot test for HIV. Even it is for pre-op purpose or any screening purpose. You have to take the consent. There is a written format of NACO. You have to take the format, and that too after counseling. So 3C, counseling should be provided before the test and after the test. So counseling and confidentiality of a positive test. You cannot tell the result to a third party or another person. There are some exceptions because you have to divulge it to the treating physician, so that, or surgeon, so that he or she can take proper precautions. So 3C, whenever the laboratory diagnosis or NACO strategy, whatever question comes, you need to mention these 3C. See, consent, confidentiality and counseling. Each counseling must be pre-test and post-test counseling. So 3C must be maintained while testing for HIV. What are the tests? Screening test, what we usually detect is antibody. Supplemental test, we usually detect antibody, and there are some confirmatory tests. And non-specific immunological method. Non-specific immunological methods are other marker of HIV infection or whether it is a response to treatment or progression of the disease. These are other immunological markers are there. So what screening test is usually done? Two types of screening test, either is a rapid test or it can be ELISA. ELISA usually take 2 to 3 hours and rapid test less than 30 minutes. High sensitivity and specificity should be confirmed. You cannot give result with a single test. Always remember, with a single test you cannot give any result. So result of a single screening test should never be used as a final interpretation, and the antibodies which are usually used are HIV-1 specific, P24, GP20, GP120, GP41, and HIV-2 specific is GP36. So whenever you write any test for HIV, always mention against HIV-1 and HIV-2 both. Though HIV-1 is far more common than HIV-2, but both HIV-1 and HIV-2 should be tested. ELISA, most commonly performed test in blood banks and tertiary care. As I was mentioning yesterday in practical class, now the 4th generation ELISA has come, where along with the antibodies we detect P24 antigen. So 4th generation, remember, the 4th generation ELISA or 4th generation rapid test, they includes P24. P24 is the antigen, so you can decrease the false negative test during window period. So that's why P24 antigen is included in the 4th generation. It detects both HIV antibodies and P24 antigen. Rapid or simple test, easy to perform. Quick test, do not require special equipment. 3 types of test. When you go to NACO strategy, the thing is that when you are doing 2 tests or 3 tests, that should use different antigen and also different principle of test. Whenever you testing according to the NACO guidelines, I will come to the strategy next, that should be different. So you cannot test 2 companies, immunochromatographic test of 2 companies. You have to test either method, whether it is a dot blot or flow through method, that is TRIDOS test is an example, dot blot assay, or immunochromatographic test or lateral flow, particle agglutination assay using latex, or dipstick comb test. In most of the medical colleges of West Bengal where ICTC is there, they use both these tests, the comb test and the TRIDOT or immunoblot assay or flow through. So flow through is better than lateral chromatographic test. And the comb test, it is similar to ELISA, the same principle is used like ELISA. So 3 types of rapid test, at least you should remember. First is comb test, that is dipstick or comb test. Next is dot blot assay or flow through method, and immunochromatography. What are the supplemental tests? So initial test, screening test should be highly sensitive or specific. What do you think? The initial screening test should be specific or sensitive? It should be highly sensitive, and supplemental test should be highly specific. So initial test should be sensitive. Supplemental tests are highly specific, they are expensive and labor intensive. This is one supplemental test, Western blot. The technique principle is immunoblot technique. The blotting is done against these antigen, GP120, GP41, GP160. So it detects individual antibodies in serum separately against various antigenic fragments. WHO criteria, presence of at least 2 envelope band. What are the envelope band? GP160 and GP160 divided into GP120 and GP41. These are the 3 envelope band. So at least 2 envelope band with or without any gag or pol. Gag pol means that P24 antigen, and Pole is the for the enzymes, reverse transcriptase, or those are pole bands. CDC criteria, presence of any two out of P24, GP120 and GP160 and GP41. So that part you must remember, the envelope protein is GP160 and that is divided into two parts, GP120 and GP41. And this part attaches with the CD4 cell. This is the envelope protein and attachment with CD4 cell. Detection of P24 antigen becomes detectable after 12 to 26 days and lasts for 3 to 4 weeks. Why it lasts for 3 to 4 weeks? Because antibody comes and that neutralizes the antigen. After 3 to 4 weeks, their P24 antigen level may come down. And P24 antigen, how will you detect? With 4th generation ELISA. So P24, what are the rationality or uses of P24 for confirmation of diagnosis? Diagnosis of HIV during window period, diagnose late stage of the HIV, HIV in infants. P24 is not a reliable test for detecting HIV in children up to 18 months. Monitoring the progress of HIV infection and resolve the equivocal Western blot. Viral culture. MCQ can come. How the viral culture is done? HIV, co-cultivation with lymphocyte. So, co-cultivation with lymphocyte is the method of viral culture of HIV. Co-cultivation technique. Now, HIV RNA, the best confirmatory method. Reverse transcriptase PCR, and this is also real time. This is not only reverse transcriptase, so this is real time. Now, why we are mentioning the real time reverse transcriptase PCR? Real time RT-PCR. That means it is not only qualitative, it is a quantitative test. You can know the level of the HIV RNA. So real time means it is a quantitative test, not only qualitative. So not only yes or no, it also quantify the HIV RNA. Other tests, branched DNA assay, NASBA nucleic acid sequence based amplification, and HIV DNA. Where we use HIV DNA? HIV DNA is used in diagnosis of pediatric HIV. Up to 18 months, HIV DNA is used. Up to 18 months of age, proviral DNA. What it detects? Proviral DNA. So in pediatric HIV, we need to do an HIV DNA test. Non-specific method, low CD4 count, hypergammaglobulinemia, presence of neopterin and beta-2 macroglobulin, alter CD4, CD8 T cell. Now how we detect the CD4 cell and CD4 CD8 ratio? What is the test? What is the test for detecting CD4 cell? That is there in every ICTC and ART center. What is the method of detecting CD4 cell count? Anybody? How we detect CD4 cell? What is the method? That is either flow cytometry or another type of machine is FACS, fluorescent activated cell sorter. Fluorescent activated cell sorter This is the method of detecting CD4 cell. Flow cytometry may be called flow cytometry, or the more advanced machine is FACS, fluorescent activated cell sorter, that can detect both CD4 and ratio of CD4 CD8 ratio. NACO strategy usually comes in the exam. How NACO strategy, National Aid Control Organization, depending on the situation or condition, test is done. Positive result of first screening test should be considered as much as should be confirmed by another or two screening tests. The first screening test should be highly sensitive. Second and third screening test must be highly specific. Three screening tests should be use a different principle and different antigen. The same kit should not be used. Supplemental or confirmatory test. The screening test should be confirmed if there is equivocal or intermediate result. So you have one kit, it has come positive, don't repeat the test with the same kit. You have to repeat the test with a different kit, with a different antigen and different principle. This is the strategy 1. Where we should use the strategy 1? In blood bank or before any transplantation. A single test, highly sensitive, is done. If it comes positive, we will discard the blood. But we will not inform the blood donor. There is no provision because we are doing a single test. We are not confirming the diagnosis. So in blood bank or before transplantation, HIV, a single highly sensitive test is done. If it comes positive, the blood is discarded. Next is strategy 2A for surveillance. Surveillance means any epidemiological study. Surveillance, that means prevalence of HIV in the community or in a particular community. Then we use strategy 2A. Two test kits usually required. If first test comes positive, we do the second test. If both the tests positive, it is termed as positive, labeled as, and if the second test comes negative, it will be negative. So this is for surveillance purpose. These two are not for diagnosis at all. These are one for the blood transfusion and another for epidemiological study. Strategy 2B. Disease of an individual with AIDS indicator symptom. What are the AIDS indicator symptoms? Any idea what are the, it was discussed in the first class. AIDS indicator symptom. Not only the flu-like symptom, that should be termed like diarrhea persisting for more than 1 month, weight loss more than 10%, any opportunistic infection like candidiasis. Now there is HIV-TB correlation. So whatever, if a patient has come AFB positive, you should test for TB also. And if a patient has come TB positive or AFB positive, go for vice versa. So whenever a HIV positive comes, the patient should be screened for tuberculosis. And if AFB positive has come, the patient should be screened for HIV. So this is HIV-TB co-infection should be excluded, as tuberculosis is the most common opportunistic infection in all stages. If you calculate all stages, Mycobacterium tuberculosis is the most common opportunistic infection. So here there are symptoms like diarrhea more than 1 month, weight loss more than 10% in last 3 months, or candidiasis, esophageal candidiasis. These are the symptoms for AIDS indicated disease. So first test is done, A1, then it comes positive. A2, the second test is done. If both comes positive, the report is given as positive and post-test counseling is done. If the second test has come negative, then we will go for third test. If the third test, first test positive, second test negative, third test positive, we will label it as indeterminate and we'll ask him to come after 6 to 12 weeks. If the third test becomes negative, so A1 positive, A2 and A3 negative, both the second and third tests are negative, then we label it as negative. Algorithm 3 or 3. Strategy 3 is for HIV infection in asymptomatic individual. Who are asymptomatic individual which undergoes HIV screening? One is pregnancy, next is some pre-op or some invasive procedure. Here, asymptomatic patient also undergoes HIV testing, or if he willing to undergo the test. So these are asymptomatic people or some exposure. Healthcare worker having accidental exposure with HIV positive patients. So they are asymptomatic patients. So 3 test kits are required. First test is done, it comes positive. Second test is done, it also comes positive, and then the third test is also done. If all the 3 tests comes positive, it will level at positive test. So 3 tests is required. This for asymptomatic. There is no age-related symptom. 2 tests comes positive, third is negative. It is indeterminate. Either you do some supplemental test or ask him to come after 6 to 12 weeks. That is indeterminate. Here first test is positive, second is negative, third again positive. So that means if there are 2 tests are positive and 1 test is negative, it is to be treated as indeterminate and ask him to come after 6 to 12 weeks. Then it is both our tests are negative, 1 test is positive, both A2 and A3 are negative. Now you have to, in which type of patient you are doing the test, like exposed person, healthcare worker, that is high risk group, or some patient having exposure, so high risk group consider indeterminate, that lipid testing is required. If it is not in a low risk group, that means any pre-op patient, routine pre-op patient, label it as negative. So strategy 1, 2 and 3. This is very important. This usually comes all, either it can come in short note, it can come in diagnosis of HIV, diagnosis of HIV is asked, this has to be written, and also in OSPI, if HIV is given, in serological test. Now monitoring. How we monitor the treatment or progress of the disease? CD4 cell. CD4 cell is the most commonly used test by flow cytometry. It is done by flow cytometry. CD4 cell is done. HIV RNA load, most consistent. How it is done? That is done by real-time reverse transcriptase PCR. P24 antigen detection, neopterin and beta-2 microglobulin are other 2 markers for progression of disease. Neopterin and beta-2 macroglobulin. Now viral antibody levels are inconsistent and variable during late stage due to immune collapse. Now pediatric HIV, as I was mentioning, this can come as a separate short note, the pediatric HIV, or explain why can be given, why HIV DNA is tested in pediatric HIV. The routine screening method, ELISA detect IgG antibody. So what is the fallacy? It can get that antibody from mother, vertical transmission. So antibody is not a reliable test in pediatric up to 18 months. So up to 18 months, they cannot differentiate IgG baby has produced or it has transmitted from the mother. Hence cannot be used for diagnosis. All the maternal antibodies would disappear by 18 months. So 18 months is the cutoff age by which all the antibodies disappear that is received from mother. So up to 18 months, these tests are valid. The antibody test is not valid. The recommended method for diagnosis of pediatric HIV, HIV DNA, HIV RNA can be done, P24 antigen and IgG ELISA after 18 months of age. What is Window period again, how you will diagnose window period? Where it is more important? In the blood bank or before transplantation. So HIV in window period. Initial time interval between the exposure and appearance of detectable levels of antibody is window period. So when antibody appears, this is called seroconversion. That antibody is detectable. This term seroconversion, you have heard the term in any disease where antibody first appears, that is the point of seroconversion. The antibodies appear in the blood within 2 to 8 weeks sometimes, but it can 3 weeks to 12 weeks is the long period of window period can occur. Either it can be as low as 22 days, third generation antibody detection, P24 antigen detection, 30% sensitive by fourth generation ELISA. It can be detected by 12 to 26 days after infection. HIV RNA is the best method. It detects the RNA around 10 to 14 days after infection. So period, window period or the diagnostic dilemma decrease first with P24 antigen with the fourth generation ELISA and HIV RNA. Now treatment. Can we cure HIV? So HIV is not curable, but there are 7 incidents of HIV cure. I have mentioned in the initial class with CCR5 mutation. If a patient having HIV along with some leukemia, he undergoes hematopoietic stem cell or bone marrow transplantation, transplanted has CCR5 mutation. That's why there are the last case was detected in the last year, that is the 7th case where HIV was cured. That is both all the patients have had some hematopoietic stem cell or bone marrow transplantation. So HIV is normally cannot be cured. What we can do, prolongation of life and improvement in quality of life. Greatest possible sustained reduction of the viral load. So main our aim should be sustained reduction of the viral load. Immune reconstitution, both quantitative and qualitative improvement. Reduction of HIV transmission from the infected person to others. Indication to start ART. What are the indications? Now all case, previously that depends upon the CD4 count, where it comes down below 500, then to start ART. Now the present principle is start ART in all HIV positive patients irrespective of CD4 count or RNA level. So ART has to be started in all patients irrespective of CD4 count, clinical stage or associated opportunistic infection. Previously it was there, the level of CD4 count was an indication for starting ART. Highly active antiretroviral therapy. This is another short note question. HAART, heart. What do you mean by heart? It is referred to as highly active antiretroviral therapy. At least 3 antiretroviral drugs can maximally suppress the HIV. Monotherapy with single drug is contraindicated. NACO recommended first line heart, TLD regime, tenofovir, lamivudine and dolutegravir as a first choice regime. It given as a single tablet, CD4 count and viral load. How will you monitor the treatment progress? We have to go for CD4 count and HIV RNA load. Opportunistic infection should be adequately treated with appropriate antimicrobial agent. Prophylaxis is indicated for the following opportunistic infection. One is pneumocystis pneumonia, cryptococcal meningitis and isoniazid preventive therapy for tuberculosis. So there are NRTI, NNRTI, protease inhibitor and also fusion inhibitor. The newer drugs are fusion inhibitor. This will you read in details in pharmacology. NRTI, zidovudine, stavudine, lamivudine, one NNRTI, either nevirapine, efavirenz, and protease inhibitor, that means the reverse transcriptase inhibitor are ritonavir, and fusion inhibitor enfuviritide, which decreases the HIV count most rapidly. Among these antiretroviral drugs, which has the highest propensity to decrease the HIV load, fusion inhibitor has the highest propensity to decrease the HIV load. So TLE regime, change. TLE regime, tenofovir, lamivudine, efavirenz. TLE regime is used in which type of patient? In pregnant mother with HIV positive. Usually TLE regime is followed in pregnant mother with HIV. Tenofovir, lamivudine and efavirenz. ALE regime, TL and LR regime, zidovudine, lamivudine, nevirapine, these are the old regime. So newer regime are TLE regime. In adults with body weight more than 30 kg. If body weight less than 30 kg, HIV-1 patient with abnormal serum creatinine, that is renal compromise, and in children, we should use abacavir, lamivudine and efavirenz, ALE regime. So TLE regime is usually used in pregnancy. What are the problems? Toxicity and adverse side effect, high cost of the regime, risk of development of drug resistance, limited therapeutic options. So, in all the medical colleges in India, they have made two things mandatory. There must be one ART center. You must remember, in all medical colleges, there must be, all over India, it is mandatory to have an antiretroviral therapy center, so that these drugs can be distributed free. ART center in all government medical college, that is also has come in the NMC regulation. So ART center must be there in all medical colleges. Now IRIS, immune reconstitution inflammatory syndrome. Have IRIS, you just remember the term IRIS, immune reconstitution inflammatory syndrome. Do you have any idea where IRIS occurs? It depends on two things. Some underlying or undiagnosed opportunistic infection where you have started ART. As ART, starting of ART will lead to increase in the CD4 count, and that leads to IRIS. What are the common IRIS with which opportunistic infection? What are the commonest IRIS? IRIS can occur in commonly with, first is TB IRIS, cryptococcal IRIS, and also CMV, cytomegalovirus IRIS. These are the three common. What you should do to prevent IRIS? Immune reconstitution inflammatory syndrome. A patient is diagnosed with both HIV and TB. How will you start the anti-TB and antiretroviral drugs simultaneously? For simultaneous starting of antiretroviral therapy and anti-tuberculosis, there may be IRIS. So, whenever you are diagnosed with tuberculosis and TB and HIV both detected, TB, HIV both positive. What should be done? There are two types where CD4 count is more than 50 and CD4 count less than 50. So for tuberculosis, first start ATD. ATD to be started first, and after 8 weeks of ATD start the heart. So this is the management of TB iris. Both HIV and TB are detected. So you should start the ATD first if the CD4 count is more than 50, and after 8 weeks of ATD start the antiretroviral therapy. And for CD4 count less than 50, start ATD first, and after 2 weeks start heart. Similar to Cryptococcus, heart should be started after 6 weeks of treatment. So start heart after 6 weeks. So first start ATD when you are suspecting the patient could develop iris against tuberculosis. Start the ATD first, followed by antiretroviral therapy. And the gap may be 2 weeks if the CD4 count is very low. If CD4 count is not that low, start heart after 8 weeks. So what is the treatment for iris other than this protocol? Either anti-inflammatory drug or corticosteroid should be used very cautiously. Corticosteroid can be used to suppress the inflammatory response, but that should be used very cautiously. Post-exposure prophylaxis. Another you should know, because you are working as a healthcare worker and you will come across the other healthcare worker who will come to you for advice regarding post-exposure prophylaxis. So PEP is required to reduce the risk of transmission. Every hospital should have a nodal center and nodal officer for PEP and TLR regime, that is tenofovir, lamivudine, lopinavir or ritonavir. So for post-exposure prophylaxis, now all post-exposure prophylaxis have 3 drug regime. PEP, 3 drug regime. When it should be started as early as possible, not later than 72 hours. So it should be started before 72 hours and should be continued for 28 days. Should be within 2 hours and should be continued for 28 days. NACO guidelines to prevent neonatal HIV. Lifelong ART with TLE regime. Their newborn should be initiated with syrup nevirapine immediately after birth, extended up to 12 weeks, and duration of the ART of the mother is less than 24 weeks. Baby also initiated on cotrimoxazole. Why cotrimoxazole is used? Now, something about HIV vaccine. Is there any vaccine at present? There is no HIV vaccine. Why we don't have HIV vaccine? That question may come. The recent research is on mRNA vaccine. This vaccine, mRNA vaccine research is under progress, but no definite breakthrough still on HIV vaccine. First, it is an RNA virus, so there is a quick mutation in the N protein, that vaccine will not be effective. If it is against the N protein, the commonest antibody. Second, no animal model for HIV. It was initially started with testing in gorilla, but they had HIV without any symptom. So animal model is not there for HIV for vaccine development. RNA virus, repeated mutation in N protein, and at present there is no HIV vaccine. Present research is going on mRNA vaccine. Let me ask, what is the best test for monitoring HIV treatment progression? Best test to monitor the HIV treatment. What is the best treatment, best methods of monitoring, and what is the commonest method of monitoring usually used? Best method is HIV RNA, that is PCR, and the most common test is CD4. So CD4 is, that is the monitoring of HIV treatment, is these two tests are done.